Have you ever wondered what separates a good relationship from an unforgettable one? Did you know that a simple touch in the right place can create an emotional and physical connection so powerful it stays with her forever? These 6 spots are not your everyday touches, they're game changers. They hold the key to sparking emotions, excitement, and intimacy in ways most people overlook entirely. Once you know them, your connection will reach a whole new level. Picture this. She's had a long day, and instead of the usual routine, you know exactly where and how to touch her to help her relax, make her smile, and show her how much she truly means to you all without saying a single word. Imagine being the person who understands her so well that even the smallest gesture makes her feel loved and desired. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of people who are committed to mastering the art of deeper connection and intimacy. Don't miss out on weekly insights that could transform your relationships. Let's get started with the first spot, one that's both incredibly underrated and surprisingly powerful. Have you ever felt like you're giving your all in a relationship, saying the right things, making thoughtful gestures, but somehow something still feels off? Like there's a gap you can't quite close, no matter how hard you try. You're not alone. So many of us struggle with this, and here's the truth: it's not just about what you say or do. It's about how you connect on a deeper level physically and emotionally. And here's where touch comes in. Touch isn't just about physical contact, it's a universal love language. When done with intention and focus, it can convey more than words ever could. It's about showing someone, I see you, I care about you, and I'm here with you. But here's the catch: not all touches are created equal. Knowing the right places and how to approach them can transform your relationship from good to unforgettable. Here's something you might not know. Touch activates the brain's release of oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. This hormone plays a key role in building trust, reducing stress, and deepening intimacy. In fact, studies have shown that couples who incorporate intentional touch into their daily lives report higher levels of relationship satisfaction. Touch isn't just a luxury, it's essential. I used to think that connecting with my partner was all about the big gestures, lavish gifts, grand surprises, over-the-top efforts to make her happy. But you know what I learned? It's the small, thoughtful moments that matter most. A simple touch on her wrist when she's feeling stressed, a hand gently placed on her lower back during a quiet walk. These are the moments that brought us closer than ever. And when I started focusing on these 6 specific spots, everything changed. Does this resonate with you? Have you ever felt like you're missing that spark, even though you're trying your best? If so, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have actionable tips to make her feel more loved, understood, and excited than ever before. Now that you understand why this is so important, let's dive into the first unusual place to touch. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. It's where most people would never think to start, but it's incredibly powerful. 1. The scalp. The scalp is often overlooked, but it's one of the most sensitive areas on the body. Why? Because it's packed with nerve endings that respond to even the lightest touch. Whether you're running your fingers through her hair or focusing on specific areas like the crown or temples, this kind of touch creates a sense of relaxation, trust, and intimacy. Think about this. Have you ever gotten a head massage, maybe at the salon or spa? Remember how instantly soothing it was? That's because stimulating the scalp helps release tension and promotes feelings of safety and closeness. Marcus Aurelius once wrote about the power of small gestures. And this, my friends, is one of those small gestures that leave a big impact. To try this at home, start by gently placing your hands on her head. Use the pads of your fingers to make small circular motions along the scalp. Focus on areas like the temples, the back of the head near the neck, or even behind the ears for added effect. And don't rush it, keep your movements slow and intentional to maximize the experience. 2. Behind the ear. The area behind the ear is another hidden gem. It's incredibly sensitive and deeply personal, making it a perfect spot for building intimacy. Most people overlook it, but trust me, it's a game changer when it comes to physical connection. Why is this area so special? It's directly connected to the vagus nerve, one of the most important nerves in the body. When stimulated, the vagus nerve helps reduce stress and anxiety while promoting relaxation and comfort. Imagine lightly touching or whispering near this area. It's subtle, yet the emotional impact is immense. When you're in a quiet moment together, use your fingertips to lightly trace the area just behind her ears. Pair it with a soft whisper or gentle kiss for maximum effect. It's intimate without being overwhelming, and it shows her you're paying attention to the details. Have you tried this spot before? How did she react? Was it subtle, or did it lead to something more? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to hear your stories. 3. The inner wrist. The inner wrist might seem like an unusual choice, but it's actually one of the most sensitive areas on the body. Because the skin here is so thin, it reacts strongly to even the gentlest touch. This is why perfumes are often applied here. It's a pulse point that radiates warmth and sensitivity. Think about it. A subtle touch on the wrist isn't just physical, it's emotional. It's one of those moves that feels spontaneous yet incredibly meaningful. I remember a moment when I gently traced my partner's wrist during a quiet evening, and the way she smiled said it all. It's these small, thoughtful gestures that leave the biggest impact. To create this experience, use your finger to lightly trace small circles or patterns on the inside of her wrist. You can also place a gentle kiss there during a romantic moment. The key is to be slow, and intentional rushing ruins the intimacy. Engage the viewer. 3032. What's the most unexpected place you've touched that got a big reaction? Was it something you did intentionally, or was it a happy accident? Share your stories in the comments. I'd love to hear them. 4. The lower back. The lower back is an incredibly intimate spot, often associated with feelings of trust and security. Touching this area sends a subtle but clear message: I'm here for you. It's protective and reassuring, and when done with intention, it can create a deep emotional connection. Think about this. Have you ever instinctively placed your hand on her lower back while guiding her through a crowded space or during a quiet hug? It's not just a physical gesture, it communicates care and presence. I remember the first time I consciously used this touch. The response wasn't just about the moment, it built a sense of closeness that lasted far beyond. Actionable advice. Start with simple gestures. When walking side by side, gently place your hand on her lower back to guide her. During an embrace, let your hand rest there for a few moments longer than usual. The key is to make it feel natural, not forced. If you're sitting together, lightly trace your fingers along her lower back. Slow, steady, and deliberate movements work best. Have you ever noticed how a touch on the lower back can instantly change the mood? Try it out and share your experience in the comments. 5. Behind the knee. Now, this one might surprise you. The back of the knee. It's not a spot you'd naturally think of, but it's incredibly sensitive and perfect for creating playful, exciting moments. This area responds to light, teasing touches, making it ideal for building anticipation. I remember learning about this spot almost by accident. During a casual moment of lounging, I lightly ran my fingers behind her knee, and her reaction was unexpected. It was playful, fun, and instantly broke the tension. It's these little surprises that make a relationship feel alive. To try this, wait for a relaxed or playful moment. Use a light, feather-like touch to gently trace the area behind her knees. You can do this while sitting together or during a casual cuddle session. Pair it with a smile or a playful comment to create a fun, light-hearted connection. Have you ever experimented with playful touches in unexpected spots? How did she react? Was it fun and surprising? Let me know in the comments. 6. Ankles and feet. The final spot we're exploring today is one that combines relaxation and intimacy, the ankles and feet. While it's often associated with massages, this area can be much more than that. It's about showing care and attentiveness in a deeply personal way. I think about it, our feet carry us through the day, and they're often neglected. A gentle touch or massage here isn't just physical, it's symbolic. It says, I see how hard you work, and I'm here to take care of you. I remember incorporating this into my routine with my partner, and it became a ritual of connection and appreciation. To try this, start with a gentle foot massage. Focus on the arch of her foot in the area just above her ankle. Use slow, steady pressure and pay attention to her cues. If you want to take it further, lightly trace your fingers along the top of her foot or around her ankle. These subtle touches can be incredibly relaxing and intimate. Do you believe in the power of a good foot massage? Have you ever tried it as a way to create intimacy? You give it a shot and tell me how it worked in the comments. I'd love to hear how this one resonated with you. Now that we've uncovered all 6 unusual places to touch, let's talk about how these small gestures create lasting emotional moments. Stay with me, this is where everything ties together. I think about the moments in your relationship that stand out the most. Were they grand gestures or quiet, intimate ones? Often it's the small, unexpected touches that linger in our minds. Like the time I was overwhelmed and my partner gently traced my wrist. It was such a small thing, but it reminded me I wasn't alone. It's these moments that stay with us and build unshakable trust. Take the lower back touch we talked about earlier. Imagine guiding her through a busy place with a steady hand there. It's not just about physical connection. It's about silently saying, I've got you. These touches aren't just about excitement, they're about strengthening the bond between you. Here's a story that always sticks with me. A friend of mine once tried the behind-the-knee touch during a casual moment of watching TV. It wasn't planned, but her partner's laughter turned into a smile, which led to a playful, lighthearted evening. That one touch became an inside joke, something they still share to this day. These are the little things that bring joy and connection into a relationship. And let's not forget the power of a scalp massage. I've had countless people tell me how just running their fingers through their partner's hair at the end of a stressful day became a ritual of care and intimacy. Sometimes the simplest gestures are the most meaningful. Have you ever had a moment like this? A small, unplanned touch that became a cornerstone of your relationship? Share your story below. I'd love to hear about the ways touch has transformed your connection. So here's what we've covered. 6 unusual places to touch the scalp: behind the ears, the inner wrist, the lower back, behind the knee, and the ankles and feet. Each one holds its own unique power to create intimacy, excitement, and trust. And the best part, you can start trying these today. Here's what I want you to do. Pick one of these spots tonight. Be intentional and mindful, and pay attention to her response. It's the little things that make the biggest difference. Now, let's hear from you. Which one of these are you most excited to try? Drop a comment below and let me know how it goes. And if you've already tried one of these and had a great experience, share it so others can learn from your story. If this video gave you new insights or inspired you to strengthen your relationship, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more weekly tips. Don't forget to share this video with someone who could use these insights. Together, we can create deeper, more meaningful connections. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.